Oh, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hey, in this old video right here, I'm going to be talking about the 2023 housing market, what actually is happening, because this market, totally different than last year's market. I'm going to talk about who should be buying this year. I'm going to talk about who should be sitting out. I'm going to be talking about some of the strategies that will be needed and can be used this year. And I'm also going to hit you with the Colorado specific things that you as a buyer should be aware of in this market here. So if you're into that and you want to learn all you need to know about buying this year, stay tuned. Boom! Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Sean Murphy. On this channel, I talk about what it's like to live in Colorado, pros and cons, tips and tricks, lists, videos, stuff like this. So if you're into that, move into the area, thinking about moving to the area, live in the area, but you want to be up to date on the latest videos that we put out, hit subscribe and then hit that bell. You'll be notified each time we put up that new hotness. But let's get on into it, because last year's market was red hot, white hot maybe, in the sense that everyone was going banana sandwiches over the low interest rates around like March, April, May, and then as the rates went up, things started changing. So in March we were seeing like 50K, 100K, I shit you not, up in Evergreen we were seeing 200K over asking, because there's just a feeding frenzy out there, and a lot of people were getting their butt kicked, especially first-time home buyers and veteran buyers that were trying to utilize the full benefit of the zero down VA loan, which is awesome. But it was like they're getting crushed last year. Things have slowed down as interest rates have gone up. And if you're waiting for the impending doom of the market to completely crash, I don't see it happening. The way that we're pumping money into the economy and inflation continues to go up, the value of your dollar will go down. That'll make home prices more expensive. And there is still a lot of low inventory out there across the nation, definitely here in Colorado. And so it's just supply and demand. If there's going to continually be a low supply, mainly because a lot of people are sitting tight right now on their sweet like 2% interest rate, and they don't want to move. That's another reason why a lot of people are sitting out. Now I'm going to get into who is the market is for right now, but before I do that, let me tell you about the types of offers that I'm seeing, because we are still seeing multiple offers. It's really for those properties that are turnkey though, the homes that need a bunch of work or just haven't received a bunch of updates throughout the years. Those are ones that are super price sensitive and likely sitting on the market a little bit longer. You gotta think about it. If people are paying a high dollar amount for their monthly payment due to interest rates and having to do just a large down payment, especially like a first-time home buyer that doesn't have the equity from the past sale to leverage on their current sale, like they don't have a ton of money to put into doing these updates and upgrades to the property. And so I'm seeing a lot of sellers that are offering credits if like the carpet needs repaired or the paint is just like really bad or the house is smoky. We're seeing more of that, which that is really good for a lot of buyers in this market compared to last year, because last year you had to give like your firstborn, your autographed John Elway jersey, or access to all your favorite camping spots. But we don't have to do that now, which is amazing. And so we're actually seeing a lot of instances in this market that for my buyers, I'm able to help get some of their closing costs covered, and so that helps out. So you could have some money that you were anticipating putting towards the loan that you would have, right back in your pocket right now if you did need to make some updates. Also, those credits that in some instances, I don't want to say across the board, but some buyers are able to get to help like buy down their rate, and that just would help just like lower your interest rate over time, and so it's a little bit more of a manageable monthly payment. So we're seeing a little bit of that. Another thing we're seeing this year that we weren't seeing last year, it is now a possibility for a current homeowner to write an offer contingent on their current home selling to get the next property. Last year, when there were 10 to 15 offers per house, nobody wanted to accept an offer that was contingent. This is what the seller was saying. I have a ton of great offers right now. Why would I risk it of your home selling process not going well? Because a lot of times that seller of that property had to get the funds from this home to go close at their next home, and weren't able to risk the chance that your home didn't sell quickly. So conditional sales, offers contingent on current home selling, that is happening. We are seeing that more, which I think is great. And this is going to lead me right into the 3 types of buyers who I think have the biggest advantage this year and should be moving. So those folks that were maybe like sitting out last year because they're trying to time the market right, and they didn't want to put their home in the market until they found their next best home that they absolutely are in love with. Now it is a possibility. So the key to that is to get your home ready to sell, photos, good to go. You got your price point, your marketing strategy, everything dialed in. That's what my team, we do. We help you out with that. But then we can go shopping with an assumption of the amount that you're going to be collecting from the equity of this current sale to go towards that next sale. That's going to help out with our pre-approval and our budget. So as soon as you find the property that you like, I can have the conversation with that listing agent. Okay, we are ready to hit the market right now. We were just waiting to find the perfect property before we did so. Everything is ready. We are good to go. That is a lot easier for listing agents and sellers to digest this year compared to last year. The other person that I think should be buying this year is first-time home buyers and veterans that I'm going to talk about next. But I feel like those first-time home buyers and veteran buyers that are trying to utilize the zero down benefit for a veteran, or maybe like a chattel loan, a first-time home buyer program, those are now getting bought in this market. And so even though as a buyer interest rates are higher, your monthly payment is going to be higher, I would rather that and wait a year or so, however long, I don't have a crystal ball, until interest rates come back down. You could refinance rather than being back in what we had last year. If you didn't have $50K to come in over asking as a first-time home buyer, and again most of them didn't, you were SOL and you were getting your butt kicked out all over the market. So if you did get your ass kicked last year, get back in there this year. Just digest that the home prices aren't going to completely bottom out and interest rates are going to be a little bit higher, but I would rather secure a property now rather than wait for things to get better from a buyer's perspective, and then you have a lot more people to compete with. Get your slice of Colorado Americana now. The other is the veteran buyer. A lot of veteran buyers that we work with on our team are trying to utilize the maximum benefits of that VA loan, which is zero down. And if you're a veteran and you haven't utilized that yet, man, I would say get on it because it's a sweet benefit. But again, compared to last year, since most homes aren't getting multiple offers on it, we're just having a lot more success out there to get the property that you want. If you like not paying $50K over asking for your property, give me a like, give me a thumbs up, do the YouTube thing, help a brother out, the HBO special, help me out. We appreciate you appreciating us. So I'm going to talk a little bit about it. If you're not from Colorado or haven't purchased a home in Colorado, I'm going to mention some of the things to be lookout for when you're looking at properties. But before that, I just want to say I feel it's very unlikely that prices are going to significantly drop in Colorado. Colorado specifically. Other places in the country, maybe, but Colorado, we are like a destination location. People love this state for the outdoors, the activities, the lifestyle, things that other states just simply can't offer them. And we have like the third lowest property tax rates in the country. And so it's very attractive from people coming from like New York or Florida or California that have been paying way higher property taxes, and now after COVID have the ability to work remotely from wherever. We're getting a lot more of those people that are coming out here. Also, since so many millennials have been moving to this state since like 2007, me being one of them, we're getting a lot of empty nesters that are moving to the state. And I'm just saying this anecdotally based on calls I get for our channel. The call goes a little bit like this. Our kids live there, they just had children. We realize that they aren't moving back home, so if we want to be around them and we want to see our grandkids, spend more time with them, we have to move out there. So I get that call a lot. So for those reasons, I really don't see the timing. If you're thinking like I'm going to wait for the bottom to fall out and buy low, I just don't see it. I think right now is a really great opportunity for for buyers and for right sizers. A few things to look at when you're looking at properties in Colorado, and especially based on like the area that you're looking. One is our soil. So certain pockets of the greater Denver metro area will have slithers of this bentonite soil, like Roxborough area is notorious for it, parts of Arvada, but they'll have like little slithers of bentonite soil, and it doesn't mean that the property is completely crappy or trashed. Those properties I see like needing a structural engineer to come in to say if, hey, is it still moving? Are we still having issues? Or is that just like natural sediment? And that's what we're seeing a little bit of the elevation change for, or the cracking. Another thing is radon. So I always talk about radon because it's a high level. According to the EPA, about 50% of the homes in Colorado have actionable levels of radon in our homes. And this is just the breakdown of uranium in the soil, and it typically comes in through your basement and just settles in the basement. So it's a quick and easy fix to have that mitigated, but it's one of those things to be aware of that we have that in our state. Hail damage is the other thing. If like Kansas and Oklahoma are tornado alley, Colorado, we are in hailstorm alley. And so it's not long before each area is going to get hammered and pelted and beat up by hail. And so it's a good thing to check your roof. If there's significant enough damage that the roof needs a replacement, typically the current seller can get that paid for by their insurance company if the storm occurred during the time that they owned it, and that's much better than you as the buyer having to pay for a brand new roof, right? Right, we all agree. The last thing I'll just mention is the sewer lines. I don't care if you're in a mountain home, condo, townhome, if you're in a regular single family detached home, always get the sewer line checked. Sometimes in a condo building, it's just like from underneath your sink to the exterior wall or envelope of the building. Or if you're in the mountains, it's from your house to the septic tank. Always get that tested. That is a very big expense if it fails or something goes wrong. And so for $150, $200 to have that tested during your home inspection, well worth it. Who should sit tight right now? So I think the people that should stay out of the market right now are the people that aren't quite sure where they want to be in the next year. If you're thinking long term, hey, 5 years plus, even 3 years plus, I think is a good option to buy. But if you're like, hey, I might just like be moving there, or I might be transferring jobs in the next year, I would hold off there. Also, like a lot of investors right now, we're not quite sure if they're going to see the same crazy appreciation. So for my investors, we're just getting a lot more persnickety about the price point that we get the home at and the condition, just having all those numbers really dialed in, because we're sure as hell not going to see the same like 20% appreciation like we did this past year. And speaking of investors, I freaking love that all the iBuyers have essentially left all markets. So like Zillow and BlackRock and all these big time investors were coming in and paying over asking and cash for these properties. That was 2022. And so for them to be out of the market, again, it's just another reason why these first-time home buyers, right-sizers, and veteran buyers, you guys should be jumping all over it. And that is what we do. We help you guys find the perfect neighborhood, the perfect house for your situation, and we love helping you out. Our YouTube clients are our favorite type of clients. So give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, scroll by fence, whichever works best for you. The information is below, and we would love to start that conversation with you. 2023, I think it's got a brighter perspective for a lot of normal buyers that don't have like Uncle Scrooge all the money to buy these houses cash. So here's 2023, and I'll see you guys later. Love you. Bye.